Hello YouTube! Hi! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Moon. I am a tarot reader. I'm also an artist. I do free tarot live streams and some other stuff or whatever. So, hello! Hi! So today we have a pickup pile for what you need to hear today. Now, I will say, the messages for both piles were like similar but different, right? And I definitely don't think this is for everyone. So if you pick one of the piles or even look at both of them and you're like, yeah, this doesn't really feel like it's a situation in my life right now, that's totally okay. I am working on some other ones. I was originally gonna record 3 piles, but for some reason I was feeling that these 2 piles just needed to be together, like in their own little video, and I'm definitely gonna record some more soon. Hoping to do this more often. I think I will. But yeah, hello. I'm a fairy raccoon, fairy at my core mostly. I don't know. It is the long story, but anyways, yeah. So, I'm gonna show off the little charm things. If you want, you know, maybe it'll help you. Maybe something about the color, the look of it will help you choose your pile. Just felt like doing that for you guys. So, for pile 1, we have this cool little owl wing. That was loud. I'm so sorry. I was doing so good. Okay, we're just gonna center. Anyways, pile 1. I'm so sorry. Okay. I don't know, maybe that's a message for some of you. Maybe, ooh, yeah, okay, for pile 1, that might be energy. The fact that I just fell and I was, oh, this is a message about pile 1 that I did forget to put in the pile, so maybe I'll say it now. Something about your guys' energy with this situation. Obviously, I'll get into it with the reading, but it felt like, I've noticed I've been dropping things. Like, I use this little cleansing bell and I kept dropping it, and it's like I was trying to hold on to something and I kept dropping it. So you will have to watch the pile to see what that relates to. But anyways, so yeah, here's pile 1. Maybe it'll focus. Maybe. Oh, the little things there. Maybe. Hold on. There we go. Pile 1, and pile 2 is this little rock crystal that I have in my collection. I have no idea what it is. Maybe some of you can comment below and let me know what it is if you know. I got this a very long time ago, so I have no idea. And I'm not always very good at identifying things. Or this one's just not obvious to me, but yeah. We got this one here for pile 2. It very much glows in this lighting, oh my gosh. And yeah, so, if you don't know how it works, you can take a moment, pause the video if you need, meditate, or just kind of think. Maybe you can just choose, honestly. Meditate, or take a moment to take a deep breath and see which pile kind of calls to you. It's okay if you need to retry. Although with this video specifically though, like I said, these do feel like specific messages for specific people. And it does kind of have a theme, honestly. So it's okay. I will have, like I said, other videos. So, you know, let's say if you were a viewer of mine from one of my streams and you were excited to look at my video and you're like, these aren't for me. Well, that's okay, because I have more videos coming out soon, so do not worry. But yeah, okay, take a few minutes, choose whichever pile, and we're gonna head into pile 1 now. Oh, I will say, as a little, I gotta do this as I'm a content creator, you know. I gotta do the things. But I will say I do free tarot live streams, as I mentioned, and you can see below, on Twitch and YouTube. I stream those on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I give out free readings randomly and intuitively. I also have a donation option that allows you a guaranteed reading during the stream, and it's more detailed, more cards. I also have my private readings available, as you can see up there. over on my Ko-fi. Those are really beneficial. I record a video for you, kind of like this, but it's longer, more detailed. I have more time to spend with the cards. Sometimes doing readings on my streams. A lot's happening. I'm managing a lot by myself. So sometimes it could be nice to have like a private reading to yourself where my attention's 100% on your reading, your cards, what you need to hear. I just updated my private readings not too long ago. The prices are lower and, you know, I edited the form and all that. So yeah, you should go check that out. But yeah, without further ado, let's go into pile 1. Hello, pile 1. Hello, welcome to your reading. Okay, so, I haven't recorded the intro yet. I'm gonna just say that at first, but I'm thinking. This is gonna be your little charm, possibly, for choosing the pile in the future. Who knows? I could be wrong. But yes, hello, hi, welcome. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Moon. I am a tarot reader. I also am an artist. I do free tarot live streams. And yeah, okay. So I'm gonna make myself a little tiny here again. Hello, I am a fairy raccoon. It's a long story, but you know, I'm a fairy at my core. But yeah, okay. So, I decided today was a day that I needed to get out some messages to some people. So today we are reading about what you need to hear right now, what you need to hear today. You know, whenever you find this reading, this is a timeless reading. But yeah, so let me introduce you to my little spread here. So we kind of got the main message. This one's the King of Swords. Main message, challenge card, advice card, your current energy, and the energy you're heading into right now. I'm gonna adjust myself a little bit. Okay, so, yeah, let's just jump right into it. For you, pile 1, I feel that this may have something to do with connections in your life, or your connection to something in your life. I really get the feeling that there may be something that has happened, or something that is happening, or something that you know is coming. Possibly, I don't know if maybe you could be having trouble with a person in your life, a group of people, and I feel like it's really causing you to kind of almost like, I don't know, turn yourself off emotionally in some way, because I'm kind of seeing that with this King of Swords. The swords are all about our thoughts, how we are thinking, you know, Swords energy, especially King of Swords energy, is very like logical, very straightforward, just like very much in your head rather than your heart. That's what I'm kind of seeing. I feel like, you know, with your challenge with the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles energy is very much like holding things in. That's especially what I'm seeing for you. I think you're struggling because, I don't know, maybe something happened and it caused you, like I said, I feel like maybe it like almost like pressed like a switch inside of you, because you maybe you're struggling with dealing with it and you don't know how to deal with it. Maybe it was unexpected. And I don't know, maybe for some of you, your default is to just turn away from your heart, your emotions, your feelings. Oh, and by the way, please take these messages however they resonate. There may only be some messages here for you. Maybe not all of it will resonate. Maybe the whole thing will resonate. Who knows? You know, it's up to you. So if something doesn't resonate, then that was for someone else. But yeah, with this, I just see you like on the outside being kind of quiet and really in your head about whatever the situation is. And I just see you holding in so much. It's like you're biting your tongue. It's like maybe you're afraid to let yourself speak about this thing, because you're like, I'll explode. But at the same time, holding something in, it's like it's making me think of like a pressure cooker. You know, that pressure needs to be released slowly. Otherwise, if you just like took the lid off after cooking it, I think it literally would explode. I think that's why the newer ones, there's like precautions to make sure that doesn't happen. But you know, I just feel like, especially now I'm noticing the red in this card. Like, I feel like you are trying your best to remain cool and calm and collected. But it's like everything surrounding you right now, or whatever's surrounding you, this energy, I really feel like this is about other people or other connections in your life. Like this red, to me, it just seems like alarming red bells, just like not like you're trying to ignore what's all around you, all the signs that are around you, or maybe it is staring you in the face. You just haven't let yourself fully like deal with it. Like, I do see this like kind of going hand in hand, like, you know, with your challenge. Like, I think your challenge is like kind of letting go, and maybe even like letting down those like emotional gates that you just even have for yourself, not even with other people, just for yourself. Maybe you're someone who isn't always able to be in touch with your emotions. And maybe that's out of a choice. Maybe that's something you want to work on. You know, it'll be different for all of you, but because, you know, the Four of Pentacles, you like do talk about like money, finances, material possessions, items, or whatever, but especially for this reading, I'm more so seeing it just like in general, you struggling with like holding these things in. And maybe it's just a lot. Maybe this is just something that's really hard to approach in your life. Which is why you would rather just hold on to it or kind of put it to the side, you know, rather than dealing with it. But yeah, I think I want to point out some things that I was just kind of noticing, like even with this advice card, we'll get more into this later. I believe this is the Queen of Cups. Just the way she's like looking at this like seashell I noticed how she was looking at this seashell. I think internally a lot of like your mind keeps going back to these people, to the situation, to what's happening, what you need to say. Maybe there's a conversation that needs to happen. Your mind keeps going back to those things, or like it's almost like your internal self, but it's like you're not letting it get past, not letting it reach your like external actions, you know. And it's interesting because it's like, I don't know, maybe that's the other thing I think I was trying to get at, is I feel like you're looking at something. It's like something in your life, a connection or whatever it is falling apart. But maybe you don't want to face that reality. Maybe you're not ready to let go. You're not ready to let go of the fact that it's not working out anymore. I just heard it's not happening anymore. Or things have changed. These people have changed. You have changed. Maybe you have outgrown them. And I feel like this is a really big theme for this pile, especially because, like, for example, I feel like there's a lot of signs here or whatever that are relevant to your reading. So I have been repainting my nails recently because, you know, I don't know if you watch other tarot readers, especially on YouTube. A lot of them got that, like, they got, like, glammed up nails and stuff, and I'm like, I want to be like that. I'm just like, but I do my nails myself because, like, you know, getting nails can be really expensive. So, you know, I've been trying out different things. I've just been coloring them recently because that was the easiest thing. I've been trying different techniques. Anyway, my point is, sorry, I'm a bit of a yapper. My point is, I literally painted these yesterday, and I think the top coat I have is not very good because they just immediately started chipping. Like, you can see they're just breaking. But I feel like this is like a message for your pile. It's like, it's kind of the way that, like, it's an example. Like, the way I'm like, oh, they actually chipped the last week, and then I just painted over them yesterday, and then they started chipping again. It's like, it's like your energy is like trying to repair something that is already not there anymore or already broken, and you're like not, even if you're doing this, even like mentally, maybe you're just doing this mentally, like you're just like almost like refusing or just trying so hard to fix something, but it's like, no, it's broken, or it's over, or it's ending. And I think you're not ready to face that, or you haven't been, or you're kind of in this energy of just trying to reach out and fix it. Maybe one more time. I'll figure it out with this person, with these people, with this situation. I'll figure it out. But it just, like my nail polish, it just keeps falling. It just keeps flaking off. Nothing's working anymore. And I think it's becoming more and more obvious to you that it's time. I think you need to let go or kind of face this reality, but you're still like kind of holding on as long as possible. I swear there was another example, kind of like my nail polish. Like, it felt like there was a lot of signs leading up to me doing this reading right now. I guess another one is, I did a reading for someone on one of my streams, and it's crazy because I actually, this is kind of really relevant. So these rings were initially like together. They were like apart. Like, you can see, hold on, somewhere you can see where it kind of broke off. Oh yeah. You can see kind of, I don't know if it's that obvious on camera because it's sparkly. There's like a bit of a wing right here that like goes to the one back here. So yeah, you can kind of see it broke. So I was doing like a connection reading for someone, and literally during their reading, this ring broke. And I think it was also very relevant to their reading, unfortunately. And Spirit's bringing that to my mind again, because I was like, that was crazy that happened during that reading. Like, that was such a big sign for me. Like, energetically, it just broke. And it's almost like, it's kind of broken, but you're still trying to put these rings together. But it's just like, they're not compatible anymore. It's just not working. It's not where you're supposed to be anymore. I think a lot of you are outgrowing these people, this person, this situation. But it still hurts, and I am sorry. It's not easy. I won't say too much, but I feel like a lot of these messages are for me. Which is not surprising at all. Because I've been dealing with a personal situation right now. And I haven't done too many readings for myself about it, mainly just because I've just been trying to deal with it, right? But I don't know. I feel like this is for me and for you. Pile one, let yourself feel, and it's okay. It will be okay. You may not feel okay right now, and that's valid. We have those moments, especially with whatever this is. Like, let yourself be in the moment of, yeah, I'm not okay right now. I need to cry. I need to be upset. I need to be angry, but it's only going to, this is only all of these feelings, like if you imagine these pentacles, like it's all of the realities of the situation you are not facing, the feelings, the facts, everything. If you just keep like trying to ignore it, they're still going to be there until you like finally let them out, so it's only going to prolong the process. And especially with like feelings with other people, like healing from these things, especially if it was someone really important to you or something really big, like that meant a lot. No matter how much time you spent with this person or not, like, time kind of, it takes time to get over these things and heal. And that's just the reality we have to face as humans, is that we can't really speed up that process, but we can allow ourselves to feel the things, and I think it'll help us in the long run not let the pain linger as much. Like, it's going to be painful, but it's even more painful when you hold it in and don't face it. And be gentle with yourself. You don't have to, this is something I say a lot with my readings, I found, but you don't have to like change overnight, like, especially if this isn't easy for you. And I feel like for a lot of you here, it really may not be. Like, situations or emotional things like this just may be really hard for you to deal with. Maybe you don't feel like you're equipped with the things that could help you, and maybe you're still just learning that, and that's okay. Maybe you just usually aren't even like an emotional person at all, so it's of course even more like, it just feels like, feels like out of left field. I also feel like it's just a lot for you. So be kind to yourself, be gentle, But you know, little baby steps every day. Do what you can. The only one who can really help you in this situation the most is yourself. You know, you can talk to other people for advice or the situation, you can vent to other people, and I think that stuff's good. But there's only so much that can do. Like, those people can't go inside your brain and push the little buttons to help you deal with this, you know? Like, only you can do that. Maybe some of you, wow, this is an interesting example. So there's, okay, I promise this is relevant. So there's a new song that just came out. It's called What's Going On by Madeline May. And that song, literally in the lyrics, it's kind of about feeling like something's wrong with you. Like, almost like you're an alien. Like, it's almost like you just are not, you didn't come with the same, like, programming as, like, other humans. And you just feel like, wow, like, I don't know how other people just understand, like, social things or whatever. I think it's obviously a, like, a metaphor for, like, for example, neurodivergent people with, those differences in their brain, and that's what it is, differences. Anyways, I just kind of started hearing that song and I thought of it, like, maybe you feel like, I don't know, maybe sometimes you struggle, or, like, I guess being a person, or certain aspects of a person, or maybe even this situation's, that could be it. This situation's maybe making you feel like that, almost like you're like an alien, or like, you're just like, man, I wish I could just be like other people and know how to deal with these emotions. Also, sorry if you hear my dog in the room with me. You could just in general just be feeling really confused about what to do about this situation, and that's okay. And that's why there is, like, resources or things out there that can help you, you know. I mean, obviously, I don't know how serious this situation is or not, but I think there are ways to figure it out, and I want you to know that you are not alone in being confused or not knowing, like, what to do, or don't feel bad if you feel like you can't connect or know what to do with, like, your emotional side, or you struggle with that. That's okay. Some people do. Like, we're all different, and we're all learning, and we're all growing, and it's okay. You're gonna figure it out. So, like, maybe you're just analyzing it way too much. Like, that's the thing. Maybe you're just, it could be a thing. Some of you maybe are analyzing your feelings rather than feeling them. I'm guilty of this, I'm not gonna lie. Because sometimes it could, like, almost like analyzing the situation and all of that kind of maybe temporarily feels like, oh, like, I'm dealing with the situation. But it's like, yeah, it's good to think about things. Like, I think it is good to be aware, self-aware, think about things, but, like, you still gotta feel the emotions. It's, you gotta feel the emotions. You can't just look at them. You can't just be like, yeah, I know there's anger inside of me right now, but, that's fine. Like, no. You gotta deal with them. But yeah. Okay. I think we should look at your current energy now. Yeah, because I was mainly kind of talking about, I feel like, these two cards, and we're gonna do the advice last, or kind of touch on that more. But this is your current energy, which is this owl, which is interesting, because, yeah, bringing up this ring again, it's crazy because on one of my streams I pulled this card, and then I realized I randomly, actually before reading, I randomly decided that stream, oh, I want to bring out this ring I have. And then I pulled this card, and I didn't even realize I had a ring that looks incredibly similar to this card. Like, isn't that crazy? I don't know if owls could maybe be a sign for some of you. Like, this is double confirmation. Maybe owls are important to you, or will be. Who knows? Maybe look out for white owls. But yeah, I was just like, wow, they're just, like, literally so like, it's like the same facial position as well. Like, isn't that cool? I was so shocked. Yeah. Anyways, owl. This is your current energy. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm kind of looking at this, and the owls, you know how owls kind of just like are pretty, at least in my mind, pretty chill creatures. They're kind of just, they're very watchful, very observant, just kind of there observing. And yeah, this is relating to literally what I was saying. I feel like are kind of watching whatever this situation is happening. Maybe you're even still talking with these people. Sorry, my alarm went off. Maybe you're still talking with some of these people. Or still in contact. I don't know if some of them are like coworkers or I don't know, maybe some of you might be forced to be around them. I don't know. I feel like you're almost like, this is you on the outside, almost just like a stone face expression, just like, you're just like, okay, yeah, you know, just doing what I have to do. Just kind of watching, observing. And I also see this as like, this is you and you're internally as well. You're just kind of like looking at all these things, but not dealing with them. It's that same thing. Yeah. And so this is an air type in this deck. This is the Animal Spirit. I'll link, or I'll put the title of all the decks I'm using in the description, but this is an air type for this deck. And this is an earth type, I believe. But yeah, I kind of see you in this darkness, this space of just almost like frozen as well. Like you're just kind of watching everything and you're just like, I don't even know what to do. I'm lost. Or you're just watching and you're just kind of waiting. You're just holding back a lot. And you just kind of putting this on this front. Maybe some of you don't even want to know, like, let the other people know how much it's affecting you. Like, you're still kind of deciding what to even do with that, you know? Like, I feel like, oh, yeah, I think this is a message for me as well. Like, I feel like you feel like small little decisions you make that involve these people, you feel like those decisions have so much weight to them. You're like, okay, if I do or say this thing, they are going to take it as me being on this side or thinking this thing or doing this thing or making up excuses or whatever. And I feel like all of these things are happening in your head, and this is you on the outside, but on the inside, your head's like really going and spinning. And I think a message from Spirit here is to trust yourself. That is a thing. I don't think I'm going to read the page for these in this reading, at least for you, Paula, but because sometimes with these cards I like to read from the book, but you know, owls are seen a lot of times as beautiful, wise creatures, and the fact that this is your current energy is, I think this is Spirit telling you to trust yourself with this situation. You might feel like whatever choice you make is going to be devastating one way or the other, right? Or maybe you're just like, I don't even know what the right thing is to do, and that's okay. But trust that you're going to get yourself where you need to be. And I think some of these things you're overthinking about will not matter in like 6 months or a year. Like, it's not going to matter in the long term. And I think some of you maybe needed to hear that. Like, you're wiser and have more intuition about the situation than you think. Trust yourself more. Trust yourself more than you think. Even if you feel confused, even if sometimes you feel like, I just got to do something, I just got to make a decision. That's okay. Because I think you're wiser than you think, and I think a lot of you, especially you being here watching a tarot reading, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the people watching this are people who are very connected with their intuition. I think every human is connected to their intuition, but I think some people obviously are more connected or learn or grow to be more connected in some ways, right? You have the answers inside of you, and maybe that's why it might be good to deal with some of these things you're hiding from or like holding back inside of you, because it'll make your head more clear. You need to deal with whatever you're holding inside of you in order for you to clear your head and make good decisions. Because either way, I think you have the answers inside of you, and you do not need me or anyone else to tell you what to do. You are like the compass, the navigator of your life. And I think whether we all realize it or not, we're leading ourselves to where we need to be. So have trust in that, you know? Have trust in yourself. And so this is the energy you are heading towards or will be in the future. Now I will say, anytime I do any sort of future stuff when I'm doing a reading, I like to remind those watching that the future can and will change. The future's always changing. I could be right, but I also could be wrong. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt, I guess, whenever I'm talking about the future. Because you also have a choice in things. You have free will. That's a beautiful thing. But right now, I think you're heading towards this lamb energy, which I see this as you receiving so much clarity. I feel like right now you're just like you're like in an owl in the dark. And I think owls can see pretty well in the dark, right? So like I said, I think you can trust yourself more than you think. But you're still kind of in this darkness, or in this darkness. And I see you. I think if you're confused about stuff with this person or this situation, for some of you, if you're like looking for like an answer or like reasons or things even maybe you suspected to come to light, I think those things will come to light eventually. I think you'll have a lot of clarity about this situation, especially in the future. And I feel like you're going to be a lot more relaxed. Oh wow, the camera was blurry. Yeah, that's cool. I just noticed, wow, the camera doesn't always do that. The camera went blurry for a second and then cleared up. So right now your vision with this may be a little blurry, but trust that it's going to become clear again, and you're going to feel way less weight and way less pressure. And you're going to feel like you're not searching in the dark, but everything's going to become more clear. I also see this as like kind of like a third eye kind of thing. Like I feel like you're going to be really connected with yourself and way more happier in the future after this situation kind of clears up and takes time to heal or whatever. Like, I think you are heading towards an energy of peace, clarity, calmness, gentleness, kindness, perhaps even finding other people who maybe suit you better or treat you better or whatever it is. Like, you're being surrounded by all these beautiful colors, this light, which is really nice. I'm so excited for this version of you. Yeah, but even then, like I said, like this owl energy, even right now, even in this situation, it's really cool that you're this owl, because it's like you even in the darkness, you're still navigating yourself really well. And like, I honestly feel like I feel like maybe some of you are even more mature than the people you're dealing with. Like, I feel like some of you are way more mature than you maybe realize, or yeah, like I feel like other people in this situation would not be handling it as well as you. So you should be proud of yourself. Okay? And, just be gentle, be kind to yourself. It's gonna be okay. And yeah, with this advice card with the Queen of Cups, I will look at the guidebook for this one because these ones are pretty short. So this is the, Queen of Cups, I believe. This deck's a little different, but let me find it real quick. Yes. So here's the page in case you want to pause that for yourself. It's kind of hard to read, but yeah. So it says, the Queen of Cups is a powerful and caring feminine figure. She controls her emotions so gracefully and naturally. From acts of love, she creates wonderful works. From heart, she feels what is right and knows the path she can take. I think once you start connecting to your emotions of the situation and kind of get through that period, like I said, like this owl, this kind of reminded me of the owl energy. Like, you're going to figure it out. You're going to handle this. I feel like you're pretty mature. And you're going to handle this in the best way possible for you in that moment dealing with this. But like I said, I kind of see her as just like kind of holding this shell. It's like, this is you looking at these people, looking at the situation and just like reminiscing, thinking about things, it's going to bring you down for a bit, and it might take you a while to get over, and that's okay. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. I feel like a lot of people nowadays are so quick to just like try to optimize and like move on, or just like, be better or whatever. But it's like, sometimes we just need to look at this and feel and be like, yeah, I might miss these people, or there was some good times, or you know, I wish things could stay the same, but I know this is you being like, I know I need to let go, and I know I need to just walk away. I know I need, for some of you, you were kind of like, I know I need to not feed into these people's toxic energy. Like I said, I feel like some of you are more mature than the people you were dealing with. You are being the bigger person. This is energy of being the bigger person, and that's really hard sometimes, trust me. I would, like I said, I'm also dealing with some stuff, right? But be proud of yourself. It's okay to be sad. You know, queens are sad too. This queen's, like, I think what's beautiful about her is she's being so honest with her feelings. And I think this is you, that, like, you have this inside of you. You have the ability to be honest with yourself, with your feelings, despite being this queen energy. And I really think there's some people who think leaders need to be strong all the time, but sometimes people like to follow leaders who are honest, and with their emotions especially, and being honest when they are not feeling good or not having a good time, and being honest to their people about that. That's kind of how I'm seeing. It's a really specific example. I don't know if some of you are kind of leaders in some way. But do not underestimate the power of honesty with your emotions, because like I said, a lot of people admire that and find inspiration of that. It's not a weak thing to feel your emotions or even be in a leadership position and feeling your emotions, you know? You are way stronger than you know. You have so much potential and capabilities inside of you. You're going to figure it out, and you're going to be okay. It's going to take time, but I think you're going to be okay. This, to me, seems like someone who is very on the right track, or you can get yourself on the right track. Like, you can trust yourself, pile one. Like, this is specifically for you watching this right now. You need to trust yourself more and know that it's going to be okay, and let yourself feel, because it's not a weakness. Wow. I definitely needed to hear a lot of that, but yeah. I think that's where I'm going to end your reading, pile one. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this reading. You know, feel free to comment below if this resonated for you or anything else you want to say. Yeah, thank you for being here. This is really powerful. I really hope this reaches the people that it needs to reach, whether that's now or even far in the future, you know. I'm wishing the very best for you, pile one. But yeah, I gotta do the little content creator thing, and do mention, as I said earlier at the beginning, I do free tarot live streams over on Twitch and on YouTube as well. I do those at the same time. You know, that is where you can go. I give out free readings randomly / intuitively. I also have a donation system which guarantees you a reading during the stream. Yeah, you can learn more about that. As of right now, I usually try to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays throughout the week. I also have, as you can see up there, private readings available over on my Ko-fi. Those are really beneficial if you want a reading that's kind of more like this, but also where I take a lot of time to kind of sit with the cards, sit with your energy, give the messages I need to. I just updated my private readings and lowered the price and everything, so you can find out more about that on my Ko-fi. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. I'll add it in if I need it. But yeah, thank you again for being here. I love you. You're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be good. I'm sending lots of love, sending lots of fun, very loving energy. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day or night wherever you're from. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Hello. Hi. So today we are doing a reading on what do you need to hear today? What do you need to hear right now? So yeah, I have not recorded the intro yet. So who knows what I said there? So I don't know. Sorry if I repeat myself. But I'm thinking for your pile 2. I'm thinking. I pulled this rock out of my collection. I don't know what it is because I got these a long time ago, but maybe some of you, maybe there'll be someone who can identify this one day. Anyway, so this is what I'm thinking for your pile. I think it's very relevant. But yeah, hello, hi, if you're new here, hello. My name is Moon. I am a fairy raccoon, but mostly just fairy, you know. I don't know, it's complicated, it's a long story. But yeah, I do tarot, and I'm also an artist. I do free tarot live streams and some other stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to do your reading here today. I just felt like recording some messages today and yeah, getting it out to those who need it. So each pile's, you know, different, although I am kind of seeing a theme already. But yeah, let's just get into it. So let me introduce you to this little spread I kind of created and have here. So this center one is kind of the main, what do you need to hear? The main message, right? This card below is the challenge card. Up here we have the advice card. And then on the sides, we got your current energy. And then over here, we got the energy you're heading into right now or going towards. So yeah, pile 2. Is someone in your life or something in your life holding you back? For a lot of you, I feel like this is a person. I'm not gonna lie. It just became more and more clear as I was shuffling beforehand. The 7 of Swords. Now the swords are about our thoughts, how we're thinking, our mental space. And I feel like someone in your life is... Okay, well, actually, before I get super into it, I will say, please take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't. If something doesn't resonate, then just ignore it. It wasn't for you, you know? I feel like the more we get into this pile, the more you will know if these messages are for you or not. Up to you. It's okay to try again if you find that this is not the pile for you. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, I feel the 7 of Swords does talk about dishonesty, theft, other words that my brain's suddenly blanking on, but you know, like people lying, or you know, that kind of like tricky, like not very reliable energy, like someone's lying, someone's being a little sneaky. Deceit, that was the word I was looking for. And you know, sometimes I don't always read the 7 of Swords like that, but I am definitely seeing that for your pile here. Now, like I said, take this however it resonates, apply this to how it resonates, because I do think it's going to be very different for a lot of you. It quite literally could be just a person, and maybe some of you immediately know. Maybe some of you, though, aren't completely aware or like can't exactly pinpoint it yet. Yeah, I think for some of you, you're in a situation, I'm getting like this oddly specific example of like, maybe you're in like a workspace and you noticed the collective started treating you different and you feel like someone's talking about you, but you don't know who. That was oddly specific. So for some of you, you still don't know where this is coming from. For some of you, you do know who this person is though. Or these people are. But I feel like they're putting like this, I see this as like, they're just like stacking this weight on top of you with these swords. And maybe you're someone who has trouble saying no, or maybe there's like a complex, I guess, backstory with this person that makes it difficult, or I don't know. I just see them like putting a lot of pressure on you, putting a lot of stress and yeah, like pressure. I feel like they're pressuring you a lot, and you are kind of, maybe you're someone who's like willing to bend for people a bit, and I think that's necessary sometimes, but I think this person's taking it too far, and you are starting to feel your limits being pushed, or maybe your limits have been being pushed for a while now. For some of you, I don't know if this is like a parental figure or someone like above you in a way, quote unquote above you. Like I said, for example, back to the workspace, like maybe it's like a manager or someone like on a higher position, or it's a parental figure. in your life, someone who guides you or is supposed to guide you. I feel like, yeah, for a lot of you, it might be parents, honestly. I feel like you know it's time to take a stand or to stand up for yourself or to make a change, because what's happening, this can't happen anymore, and you're feeling it. I think it's affecting you. I think you're starting to like wake up in a way. Maybe some of you have dealt with this for years, especially if it's like a parental figure. Maybe this has been years in the making, and it's just like you're getting to a point where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. And for some of you, that might be really devastating, especially if it is someone like a parental figure, someone who means a lot to you, or, you know, the complex relationships, you know, and I am sorry about that. Because yeah, with this challenge, it's interesting, because I think this kind of goes hand in hand with this. Like, I see this challenge with this Knight of Swords. I see this Knight of Swords as a person, as an authority figure who is not treating you right. I definitely do not always read the Knight of Swords like this. Oh yeah, the Knight of Swords especially is very like, maybe you feel like you can't like speak, like this person just like, I don't know if they interrupt you or they just have like, they yell at you or have like a strong voice and presence, and you feel like you can't like even like talk back or even just say anything. Like, I feel like they have such a strong demanding presence, and it's really hard to talk to this person, I'm not gonna lie. Like, especially because I don't think that this person's very receptive to like feedback, or even just like, they just expect you to sit there, listen to what they have to say, and then do whatever. And like they're not open for back talk. They're like, feel like they're in like this position over you, or that's just how they are. Especially because like, yeah, I'm hearing like they could have like a sharp tongue. Swords, like I said, swords are about kind of our thoughts, our mental space. I feel like this person can be, for some of you, really toxic for your mental health, like your mental well-being. I feel like they've like really beat you down. Oh, I'm so sorry. For some of you, I feel like this person's just really like beat you down mentally. Like, even if they aren't harming you physically or anything like that, like I feel like it's like a mental game to them. Like, they just have been saying these like awful, like just negative things to you, or you're just like, even for some of you, it's just being around their negativity. Like, it's just not good. And I feel like they've just created this like whirlpool of stuff for themselves. Like, I'm seeing how these papers are like flying around this person. It's just like this is a lot of issues that they need to work on, and unfortunately it affects you. And it's not your responsibility to fix this person. Maybe some of you needed to hear that. It is not your responsibility to fix anyone. And I'm sorry if this person made you feel like that. For some of you, or, you know, maybe some of you want to help this person or wanted to maybe try to make a change, but it's just, they are not very receptive to that, especially right now. And I think the best thing for you is to figure out how to get away from this person in whatever ways that means for you. Because yeah, going into the zebra energy, this is you right now. And I was getting a very specific example, and that's why it was funny. I shuffled the cards, and then I picked the rock, and I randomly chose this one, and I was like, oh, the zebra stripes. So I feel like this person maybe has made you feel bad for who you are, for things about you, whether it's parts of your personality, parts of your looks even, unfortunately. Because zebra, the look makes me think like, I don't know, maybe they've said a lot to you that have like lowered your self-esteem, especially with certain parts of yourself. And I'm very sorry about that. You did not deserve that. You did not deserve to feel the effects of their hurt and internal issues projected onto you, and I'm so sorry. And know that that's what that is. That is them projecting stuff onto you. That is their own stuff that they need to work on, that they're projecting onto you, and I'm so sorry. I feel like it's like maybe you're like a zebra in like a field of horses, and they've made you feel bad because of your differences. Because of the way you look, maybe your personalities, maybe some other things I can't quite think of, but they've made you feel bad and like you're a burden for that. And I want you to know that that's That's awful, and I'm so sorry, and it's not true. What they have been saying to you is not true and is so far from the truth. And that might not be easy for you to understand right now, especially if this person has known you for a long time. But there's so much beauty and value inside of you being a zebra. You know, I feel like I'm using that like zebra horse example, like, you know, maybe they made you feel like you are so different and just not. Like you don't fit in. And you just in general could be feeling a lot really bad about yourself. But in reality, these things about you, these stripes, that's so beautiful. Uniqueness is so beautiful, and it makes me so sad that a lot of society in general, just all over the world, really likes to hate on those who are different, which doesn't make any sense to me. It reminds me of when the artist Aurora, I loved the way she talked about this. I don't know if I can verbalize it as well as her, but in my head, at least, actually, for me, actually, I can't remember if she also said this, but this is something that I realized a long time ago. Or I think I saw a post about it or something a long time ago, and I kind of like, it stuck with me. But I kind of like to imagine people like flowers. We are all flowers. And flowers come in so many different colors and shapes and sizes. Some are big and long and skinny, and some are more fluffy and round. Some are more like pointy and spiky, but flowers are beautiful no matter what. You know, like people, and I think that's something you need to realize is people aren't viewing you. I think everyone else is not viewing you the way this person talks about you. I think they've gotten into your head so much possibly that you've really internalized that, and like now you think everyone's just staring at you like you just stand out and you're the zebra, and you know you aren't as beautiful as the horses because you have stripes. But it's like, no, that's not true. And that's the thing, is like we're all like these beautiful flowers, and it's like we're not gonna hate on a flower because that flower is smaller or bigger or whatever, you know, like it's still a flower and it's still beautiful, and that's how you are. These aspects about yourself that this person has been like hating on or like said nasty things about, like those things about you are beautiful and have value, and I want you to know that. And maybe you're starting to realize that, maybe like parts of you know that, but it's hard when there's someone constantly telling you those things. It's hard being around that energy, and I'm very sorry, like I said. But I think the good thing is like you're starting to tap into like the truth, because I see this as like a third eye type thing, this like little triangle with colors right here. I feel like you're starting to see the truth. I mean, the fact that you're even coming to this reading right now, maybe this is part of like your push forward, you know? Maybe you're realizing, wow, this person is not as good for me as I thought. Or maybe you've known that, but like, I think now you're starting to like, maybe you're meeting other people or will meet other people who will kind of show you the way, or show you just general, like, in general, like kindness and positivity and the energy that you deserve, the energy that you've been pushing out. Because I feel like you could be like a better person than this person in the way that maybe you are gentle or just don't like to be like as mean as this person is, you know, to others. And that's something to really admire, especially when you've been dealing with energy like this, you know. Yeah. So this, I believe, is a water type, the zebra, which is interesting. The dragonfly is an air type. So like I said, this is the energy you're moving into. And I kind of see this as you finding freedom. I feel like you're moving into an energy that's a lot more fresh. You're kind of leaving this behind, especially because I feel like maybe there is a lot of things that are that it's like staring you in the face now of like, wow, this person has lied to me, or these things, these situations that it's all becoming very clear to you now. Maybe even if you kind of knew who this person was, maybe it just wasn't as clear, or you didn't have like the evidence, but it's like now it's like it's there and it's right in your face. It's like being revealed, like the curtain has dropped. And now you're figuring out what to do. And I will say, you know, anytime I talk about the future, please take that with a grain of salt, because the future is always changing. I could be right, I could be wrong, or, you know, we're always making decisions. You have a choice, so that's also why things could turn out a bit different. But as of right now, I do see you heading towards this dragonfly energy, and I see this for you as a sort of freedom. Oh my gosh, I just realized this is a triangle, and there's a triangle on the zebra. Like, it's like you kind of are seeing the vision in your mind, and in the future, you're actually becoming that vision. You're becoming this dragonfly that has these wings and freedom to go where you like, or go into like this, like transform and go into this freshness. This like fresh, positive, good, loving energy to find the people, the places, the energy that you want to be around and that are nice and kind to you. And that's really beautiful. It's like you're finally being released from like the picture that this person painted of you. I feel like this person painted a picture of you that has like bits of truth, but in reality, that's not you. The picture they painted of you, that is not you, and I don't think you should identify with that. I feel like some of you needed to hear that. You need to know that who they say you are is not who you are. You are who you say you are, not what anyone else says. Not even like what I say fully, honestly. You know, because obviously I don't know as deeply as you do, and you are the person living in your own body, so like of course like you know yourself best in a way. So like who is this person to tell you, you know, what these things they have like painted about you? It's just not true, and you know that. And maybe you're getting angry about that. Maybe you're like, wow, this is even worse than I originally thought, and I'm very sorry. But I think the good news is like you're realizing and finding out what you need to, because this is heading towards some sort of like emotional release and like freedom. You're heading towards freedom where you're able to be free and you feel a lot lighter. I'm also noticing how like a dragonfly is a lot smaller than like a zebra. Like you're gonna feel a lot lighter and be who you want to be. Have the freedom to be who you want to be without worrying about what this person says. Yeah. I think you're gonna figure it out, you know. You will. You will. That's really beautiful. That's really cool that the triangle thing came up. So yeah, I want to look at your advice card now with this 10 of Cups in reverse. Sometimes with this deck, I don't know if I always take the reversal because in the guidebook it doesn't even have a reversal meaning. I guess we'll see what comes up, right? But this is your advice. 10 of Cups, I believe. Well, we're gonna go with that because this deck's a little bit harder sometimes to see what thing it is, but I believe this one will just be one word. Aw. Aw. Okay, sorry, I need to show you. The word, oh, that's really sweet. Okay. The word for the 10 of Cups for this deck, we have divine love. I think this is first of all a reminder from your spirit guides that you are surrounded by loving energy, by loving beings. I don't know what you believe in. I talk about spirit guides, and I also say spirit in my readings as like a general thing. So, you know, whatever you believe in, right? There is love around you, and there is love inside of you. And I think this is a reminder of that, to never lose that. Even when the world is being cruel, do not lose that love that's inside of you. Sorry, that's my timer. Don't lose sight of that. And I think this is also like maybe a message of like, yeah, I think you're gonna find your people. If you don't already have supportive people in your life, divine love. There's literally people in your life that you are attracting right now and will eventually show up because you are making the choice to move on and find freedom and find love and self-expression and all these beautiful things for yourself. You're also attracting love. And I don't mean just like romantic love. It could be romantic love, but I mean like love in general, like with all relationships in our lives, like with the friends, people who might feel like family, you know, like, and it could be relationship, like romantic relationships as well. But at the end of the day, I think Spirit's advice is go back to love. That is the answer for you. And I think that'll mean a lot for some of you. And I think you listening, Pile 2, I think a lot of you will know what I mean by this, or this will resonate for you each individually a certain way, but go back to love. Especially when this person is being cruel. Especially when the world is being cruel, when people are being cruel, like, do not feed into that. Do not give in. You know, it's okay to set boundaries and defend yourself when you need to, but do not let go of your love. Do not let go of the loving energy you have, the kindness that you have, because that is your greatest gift. That is your greatest tool. Love is infinite, and it's extremely powerful. Extremely. So many people underestimate it, but not you. When in doubt, when those negative feelings from other people overwhelm you, go back to love. That includes love from friends, a romantic partner, and self-love especially. You always have love with you, even when you're upset. That is their advice. Go back to love, and love will find you. Wow, that's really beautiful. Oh my gosh. I think that's where I'm gonna end your reading. Pile 2. I also just see 22 on the timer, and I just said pile 2, so 222. Maybe that's a angel number for some of you, but oh, I just want to give you a hug. I'm so sorry that you've dealt with this energy, but I think you're gonna get through this, and you're gonna find and be where you need to be, and you're gonna find that freedom. I really believe it, even if it takes some time. You know, trust that you're gonna get where you want to be, where you need to be, you know? And yeah, you always have a choice in things, but yeah. Well, pile 2. I'm wishing the very best for you. As I said before, I gotta do my little content creator thing. I do give out free tarot readings on my live streams over on my Twitch, as you can see right below. Moon the Raccoon. Raccoon is spelled unique, so please remember the spelling or look at that, right? But yeah, I give out free tarot readings that are chosen randomly and intuitively on my live streams. I also have a donation option for those who want prioritized reading during stream that's more detailed. I also have private readings available on my Ko-fi up there, as you can see, my little Ko-fi link as well. If you're looking for a reading that's more personal, maybe about something that's more private, I did just update those. They're cheaper now. I redid the form and everything. But yeah, it's very similar. I record like a video kind of like this, but it's definitely longer and more detailed for sure. My private readings, but yeah. What else do I need to say? Do I need to say? Well, if I think of it in the future, I will edit it in, but I'm wishing the very best for you, pile 2. Okay, pile 2. I did forget something. I forgot literally as I stopped recording, so I'm just gonna edit this in somewhere. But a song that was playing even before I started reading, even before I got the cards, and during your reading, I totally forgot to mention this. A song that was in my head that may have messages for you, or that's relevant, is the one from Epic the Musical. I probably should have looked up the name, that's crazy. Okay, the one that goes like, if you don't know Epic the Musical, it's the one that has the lyrics of, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, never really know who you can trust. And I thought that was relevant, because, you know, it was talking about someone who's close to you, but maybe you shouldn't trust, and, you know, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That I don't remember if that's the title of the song, but that's the one. I don't know, maybe some of you will know what I'm talking about. Okay, bye. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you're from, and I'm sending lots of fairy love to you all. I love you, and yeah, goodbye. Thank you for being here.